Hello everyone, I'm back. And just as I promised in the introduction video, I'm going to be doing a review of my coffee grinder, the Rancilio Rocky. Now, the Rocky comes in two models, a doser model, which is what this container in the front is, and a non-dose model. Now, since I'm going to be doing espresso, and I basically just like the look of the doser model more, so I decided to get the doser one. Even though the doser is meant if you're serving a large crowd, I just decided to get it anyways. So we're going to do a little 360 tour of it. Here's the side. I love the look of this grinder. It's got a very nice industrial, like commercial style look, which is what Rancilio is known for in their home machines. On the side, we just got the dosing lever and your switch to turn it on and off. Now I don't have it plugged in right now. I'm gonna be doing the next clip is gonna be me pulling a shot with my bottomless portafilter. Now at the back I got a Rancilio logo and a nice brushed stainless steel. Now on the side we got some vent holes and another part of just the other side of the grinder. I got a front. Now I'm gonna start with basically some specs. Now I bought this grinder from Whole Latte Love. I decided to buy them from them because I'm a big fan of their YouTube channel. Here Mark even responded to one of my comments. but anyways, I signed up for their rewards program. It got here. I was considering buying it on Amazon first, but I was like, no, since I like the Whole Latte Love YouTube channel so much, I should buy it from them. I also while I was there, I signed up for their rewards programs and got like 760 latte rewards points. Now I have a spec sheet from them, basically because I can never remember these things off the top of my head. It's almost 14 inches tall, which is a very nice height. It'll fit under any cabinet. And let's see, the depth is 9 inches. Makes sense. And also, let's see. The weight is 18 pounds. It is very heavy. Like compared to my last grinder, which I got on Amazon when I first bought my espresso machine, it was a lot lighter. This one is a tank. This Rancilio is known for products that are built to last, and people say that they've had their Rocky last for over 20 years. I hope mine lasts that long. But it's very fast being burst, 1725 RPMs. Also, this grinder is very quiet. It's like my old grinder used to go like a more high pitched sound. This one just goes just a nice hum. Sounds a lot better as well. Also, I'd like to mention. Hold on, let me make sure. Yes, my camera is still recording. Also, I'd like to show the sheer size of the motor in this grinder. Let me pull up the plug here. It's got a very long cord as well. Basically, this is a bean hopper. Basically, from here to about right around here is where the burrs are. And then here, even this part right here, all of this is motor. It's the same motor that they have on the commercial machines, and they say it's 140 watt. It's a 140 watt motor. Now I've seen the commercial grinders. I know the commercial grinders are faster, spin at faster rates. So I'm assuming that there is a limiter in there that limits the wattage of the motor down. But I'm guessing they don't have that on the commercial grinders. Let's see. Anything else on my cheat sheet? Oh yeah. Let's see. They say it has 40 grind settings. The label on here only goes up to 40, but it really goes up way more than that. I don't recommend you do this, but luckily I had it. Luckily I had it set at where it was before, so I don't really have to worry about that. Oh dear. Yeah, in a second, after I'm done shooting this, I'm going to go grind some out to make sure they didn't hurt the burrs. They don't recommend you do that. Luckily on this model, it doesn't have the pesky switch on the front they have to hold. You just turn it on. You can grind it. You can adjust the grind setting that way. Now, the range for espressos vary from 10 to about 3 for really stale coffee. I do find that a bit, some people find that a bit of a con to this grinder, as there's only a few settings, but for me, personally, that's all the settings I really need. But another model that I was comparing was the Baratza Vario. Now, yes, the Vario is a bit more expensive, but it does have a lot more settings. But I really just fell for the commercial looks of the Rocky. I really like the looks of this grinder, and it was cheaper. And I know it lasts longer than the Vario, so that's why I got this one. Now, we're going to go over a bit of the features. There isn't many, but basically on the hot dosing model, you have your hopper on front, you have your hopper up top, just the camera down here. And you have this dosing chamber in here, where, let me off the camera. You basically have these little pie shapes. When it's filled up, it dispenses about 7 grams. I find that to be a little bit inaccurate, but you basically have this lever on the side. It sounds just like the commercial. I've used a commercial grinder with a dosing chamber, and it sounds just like it. Now, while we're in here, I'd like to mention the only couple of design flaws that stick out to me. These don't really inhibit my experience that much. It's just something that I wish that I was like, man, they could have just designed that piece a little bit better. Like this little grind chute right here that the grinds fling out of. Now another problem is static that people have been saying because of this. You have a bunch of the coffee comes out very clumpy, but that's not a problem for me. But really, it's just the fact that so much coffee is retained in that little chamber. But you just purge the grinder for a few seconds, which is another slight con. So, I'd like to mention real quick, the coffee that I'm using over here. I'm using Vigilante Coffee Company's Tin Lizzy Espresso Blend, but I'm not sponsored by them either yet. Here, if you guys are watching, please sponsor me. This is the company that I want to be a barista for as my first job. This is some more information on here. Let me make sure that's good. Like here. That is a 12-ounce bag. It was pretty expensive, like $15 for 12 ounces of coffee. And if you're going to be purging your grinder, then that's a bit of a downside. Now, the only other design flaw that the first one that doesn't bother me really. Now I need my portafilter for this one. This one's the bottomless one. It's my espresso machine that's over there in the corner. When you put your portafilter in here on the bracket, people have been saying the grinds do come out shoot left. I just compensate by moving my portafilter, which this is a smaller size 51 millimeter portafilter, so you can easily do that. But on bigger portafilters, I'm assuming you're not going to be able to do that very easily. But that's not the problem. The problem is that there's only the distance between the top of your basket and the little extending bit right here is quite small. So when your portafilter is filled, when you're dosing, your portafilter is filled up to the top, and you go pull it out, some of the coffee will get cut off the top and get flinged there. The way they could fix both of these problems is just by widening this chute right here, maybe even slanting it a bit. Now this isn't a deal, and if they could just lower this bracket a little bit more, then that would be perfect. But that's definitely not a deal breaker for me whatsoever. But I just noticed that with my user experience. So now we're gonna cut to the clip of me pulling a shot. Alright, well, it's time to do a real world test at this grinder. So first of all, we gotta put some more coffee in. I love the zipper technique that they have. This bag. I know some other coffee companies use the same bag. It smells so good. I don't like to fill it up all the way. I'll keep some of that. Alright, first of all, I don't have to adjust the grind setting just yet because it's still, the older beans are still in there, so you gotta purge it first. Alright, now we gotta actually do it. Grind for 10 seconds. This is the espresso machine that you guys are gonna see in the next video. This is a single shot basket, so you gotta grind it a little finer than you do for the double. Be careful. That looks like it's pretty much on good. Just a little bit more. Alright. Time to tamp. So just level right here. Alright. Alright. So I'm gonna pull the shot. Right there. Right there. That's how it works. Look right there. Alright. Just take a look. That looks pretty good.